Following some breaking news out of Montgomery County this morning, a 2.3 magnitude earthquake was reported in Rockville.
Breaking news. The U.S. Geological Survey confirms a 1.7 magnitude earthquake in Astoria, Queens this morning.
Breaking news this morning. An earthquake gave a slight shake to several communities in Maryland overnight.
An earthquake was reported in New York City this morning.
Buildings shaking that could have been caused by an earthquake.
It's day 2 of 2024, and the world, it seems, is trembling with earthquakes all over the world. I shared with you yesterday the 7.6 magnitude earthquake that hit Japan. And take a look. Rare earthquake jolts New York City not long after one in Maryland. We're hearing by Washington, D.C. Explosions shaking the Roosevelt Island caused by New York City earthquake. And take a look. In the second day of 2024, we have seen earthquakes in Japan, Washington, D.C., New York, California, Alaska, Puerto Rico, the Philippines, Texas, Afghanistan, Argentina, the nation of Georgia, Morocco, Indonesia, Nicaragua, and the Banda Sea. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you the latest video footage and articles so that way you can see it for yourself. As a rare occasion, New York City being hit with an earthquake. Now, before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you appreciate the updates, don't forget, smash the like button for me. Just takes a second to stay up to date. It's totally free. Why not hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and to stay connected outside of social media platforms in case communication systems go down, be sure to join me at www.steveramnews.com to join our newsletter. And let me know, are you experiencing earthquakes where you are? Let's go ahead and dive right in.
Breaking news out of Montgomery County this morning. A 2.3 magnitude earthquake was reported in Rockville. This happened just before 1 o'clock. Right now, some people on X saying they felt it, they heard it, but there are no reports of any damage or any injuries that we have yet. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn any more. If you felt anything or saw anything, feel free to tweet us or X us, if you will.
All right, everybody, and I do want to take you to this video right here that is coming in from our Fox 5 New York station, as an earthquake was reported in New York City this morning and may have prompted reports of an explosion there on East River's Roosevelt Island. Again, this is video provided there by our Fox 5 New York station as they did fly overhead. Now, the U.S. Geological Survey did report a 1.7 magnitude earthquake near Astoria, Queens, and this comes hours after fire crews did respond to reports of a, quote, building shaking and explosion there on Roosevelt Island. You can see in that aerial image just how many crews did show up. Now, we know that no explosion was confirmed, and the USGS said that no injuries or damage was reported as a result of that small earthquake. Now, Georgette Sinclair, who is a resident there, told our Fox 5 New York station, quote, about 5:45 or so, all of a sudden I felt my bed moving and the building moving and a very loud sound. I woke up and thought there was an earthquake. Calls were received just before 6 a.m. local time for the reports at 580 Main Street, which is just south of Roosevelt Island Bridge and Tram. Skyfox, as you can see, flying overhead, showing several emergency response vehicles, and several tweets across the social media platform X reported people saying that they woke up from that loud noise and they felt their building start to shake. It is unclear if the source of that reported explosion was the earthquake, and it's also unclear if residents in other parts of New York City would have felt the tremors there. Again, at this point, crews are trying to place all that together, piece it together, and figure out if the shaking was caused by that earthquake.
We are staying on top of breaking news this morning. An earthquake gave a slight shake to several communities in Maryland overnight.
That's right, Jumi. And we now know that the epicenter of the small earthquake was near Lakewood Country Club. That is in Rockville. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, people in Montgomery, Frederick, and Howard counties reported feeling the quake, some even farther away than that. That map kind of illustrates where people felt this earthquake and where the epicenter was. News 4's Joseph Olmo is live in Rockville with more. How's it going out there this morning, Joseph?
Hey, Tony, good morning. Just like any other Tuesday morning, except people are waking up to the news. Either it's news to them because they didn't feel it, or they're waking up knowing that a 2.3 magnitude earthquake happened at around 12:51 this morning. Did you feel it? Those 4 words probably going to be asked by a lot of people, especially if you live in Montgomery County, you head to work. It's certainly a conversation started this morning, but we want to clarify or just double down on what you were saying, Clay, and all of you back there in the studio. This is not anything destructive. Montgomery County Police, Montgomery County Fire and Rescue have confirmed that there are no reports of any injuries, no reports of any damage, which is good news. But of course, people are talking about it. You see up there on your screen dozens of people taking to social media late last night, or early this morning rather, to share what they felt, what they saw. You had one person say that it woke them up in Potomac, Maryland. Another person on Twitter writing, "Who shook the ground?" And then there's Yolanda, who said, "So there was an earthquake in Rockville, Maryland. That's 17 miles from me. Is 2024 really starting this way?" Well, yes, indeed it is. 2.3 magnitude earthquake in Rockville.
So what rocked Roosevelt Island? We are following reports of buildings shaking, small explosions, and power outages that could have been caused by an earthquake. Good afternoon. I'm Cindy Hsu. Now on CBS 2 and streaming on CBS News New York. We start with that breaking news. The U.S. Geological Survey confirms a 1.7 magnitude earthquake in Astoria, Queens this morning. And now officials believe that's what caused the small explosions and buildings to shake on Roosevelt Island. CBS 2's Christina Fan is live on Roosevelt Island with more. Christina?
That's right, Cindy. People say they felt the ground shake from Astoria, Queens, all the way to the Upper East Side. Here on Roosevelt Island, families say the blast felt so strong that they were literally knocked out of bed. Again, as you just mentioned, we now believe, according to the Office of Emergency Management, that it may have been a 1.7 magnitude earthquake that residents felt from the ground under Astoria, Queens. Families started calling 911 just before 6 a.m. Tuesday, reporting multiple explosions that caused their buildings to shake. Aerials from Chopper 2 shows first responders crowded around 580 Main Street, just south of the Roosevelt Island Bridge and Tramway. A few hours ago, Con Edison crews even opened up several manhole covers to investigate, but found nothing. Neighbors all morning have been waiting for an explanation and are now learning again from the Office of Emergency Management the tremors may have been connected to a small earthquake registered at 5:45 this morning at a depth of 5 kilometers near Astoria.
I got really scared. I thought it was in the building that something blew up. So I just jumped up, put some clothes on and put some sneakers on in case I had to get out of the building.
I was sleeping and then I just felt it shaking and like the bed was sinking. And then we got to the window to see, and there was so many firefighters.
Again, the investigation is still ongoing. The FDNY did say earlier it thoroughly inspected the area and could not determine the cause of the shaking, turning the scene over to Con Edison around 7 a.m. Fortunately, no injuries were reported, and Con Edison says no power outages were associated with this incident. For now, reporting live from Roosevelt Island, Christina Fan, CBS 2 News.
So there you have it, earthquakes all over the world, even in places that you would not expect. Now, to see the video footage of what unfolded yesterday in Japan, be sure to check out this video right here next as I covered it in detail for you. And also check out this video right here next to see what unfolded today, this morning in Japan as planes collided, all captured on video. Now, as more information comes out, I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel, but that is the latest. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.